do you have a calendar link? I mean, how do I schedule with you? You have one, right? Right? It's 2025, folks. If you don't have a link for people to connect into your calendar and book some time, what are you doing? Seriously. Are you still playing the email tag to schedule meetings back and forth, figuring out time zones, what day is the best, are they available? Stop. This one simple trick will save you so much time, and it's free. Well, if you have a Gmail. The goal and objective here is to get a call link that links directly to your Google Calendar. We're gonna head over to the screen share and follow along. Now let's get to the fun part. How do we make a link? So on this left-hand side, you're gonna have create. So you're gonna go ahead and click that create button, and then you're gonna have a couple drop-down options available. What you're gonna do is go to the bottom where it says appointment schedule. Go ahead and click on that. And then you're gonna have all of this show up. Don't worry, we'll refine it. Let me go ahead and go to a blank week. Let's do this one. And let's start with the title. YouTube 1. So this is gonna be what people see when they book the appointment. Appointment duration is gonna be next. How long should each appointment be? Let's go ahead and just do an hour, or let's do 45 minutes actually. I'll show you the reason why. So 45 minutes, and now this has changed on the right-hand side into 45-minute time blocks. Next is going to be general availability. This is when and how many times or what times you want available for people to book. So you can first drop down as does not repeat. This could be for 1 week only or repeats weekly. Let's go back here. Or it's a custom. You could do it a custom range from this date to another date and repeat it every 2 weeks if you wanted to. A lot of options. But let's just do repeat weekly here. Mondays, let's just say I don't want Mondays for this call that I'm trying to book for YouTube 101. I want only people for this, whoever's gonna get this link to book on Tuesdays. And it's already divvied up with everything that's already in the calendar. Let's refine it as well. So let's do Tuesday until noon. Wednesdays, let's do that till 14. And then Thursday, we'll do a split time. So we'll do 9 to 11. And then we can add this another period with this plus button. And let's go from 12 until 3. Friday, I don't want calls Fridays. So this is my block that I have for anyone that has this YouTube link for the call that will be able to book. Next steps are gonna be your time zone. Set the time zone. It automatically sets to where you're at currently. And let's just keep going. So schedule window, drop that down, available now, or start dates. So it's very similar to this custom right here, where you can set it for a specific period of time. The next one is gonna be, let's just say I have this forever. How far in advance can people book this calendar link? And this is saying 60 days. You could change this probably to 30 days, a month in advance, or sometimes I like to do 14 days, 2 weeks in advance kind of thing. And then book time before the appointment. So I do like to change this to 2 hours. That usually gives me enough time if someone was to book it kind of last minute. Or you can possibly just toggle it off. They can book right now if they need to. 4 hours is gonna be default. Change this to whatever you would like. I guess to go deeper into this, so let's just say, for example, it's at 9 o'clock, someone has your link, they wanna book your call, they can't book until 2 hours in advance. So this 9 is not available, 10 won't be available, but 11 should be available for them to book. Hopefully that makes sense. Adjust availability, so you can change your date availability again here. And I think this is just like a window that you can do. So you can do unavailable for specific days if you would like. So we can do that actually now. So let's just say the 22nd, not available, and it'll take it out. Sweet. And then you can just keep adding. So 22nd, 23rd if I wanted to, but let's just take that out, customize it however you like. And then book appointment setting. Let's go to the next one, buffer time. I like to add buffer time in between meeting slots. So these right now are at 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and change this to, let's do 5 minutes in between. Now you'll see this gap, and that's the break. Let's just say I'll do 15 minutes in between. So now these are technically hour-long blocks. Because if you remember from the beginning, we did 45-minute durations, which is this block here, and then 15 minutes in between. So I love to utilize this just to give me some time just to reset a little bit. So I do 5 here. Next is gonna be maximum bookings per day. So limit how many book appointments to accept in a single day. I like to put this at 1. Why? Because if I had a person that booked multiple time slots, let's just say on the 21st at 9 and 10, I thought I had 2 separate calls, but it was just a person that booked it twice. So I like to limit this to 1, and then guests can invite others. I do like to add that as well, just in case there's other parties that they need to invite. Next up, calendar. So this is something that I like to do as well. So I have tags here that I like to add. So we can add another tag here. Let's make this green, and we can make it a label. Let's just do YouTube 101. Save, and now they're all green. So anytime someone books with this link, YouTube 101, it will be tagged as a label and also color coded. So you want to make sure this is toggled on. It's defaulted toggled. Don't untoggle this, because if you'll start to double book. But if you have other calendars and other profiles that you have linked, you can also link other ones as well. So like for this one, it'll make sure that it doesn't conflict with these 2 calendars that I have synced into this profile. Next is going to be co-host. You can add people as co-hosts if you want to. I don't typically use this option at the moment, but I could in the future. So this is all done. Let's go next. Booking page and photo name. It's going to show me default location. Where I like to meet, I just put in Google Meets. And description. So it's called YouTube. Please prepare with the following. You can list 1, 2, etc. Whatever you like. This is up to you, however detailed you want to be as far as giving them information when they book. This will pop up. Next is going to be the booking form. Whatever you want to acquire or require. So first name, last name, email address. The only other options that it gives you besides those is phone number and a custom item. So custom item, let's do what's this name? Let's just say you want that and you want it required. You can add the item. And then you can require email verification if you would like, but I haven't really done that because it's just more of a barrier to book essentially. But I could see this being useful if you have like thousands of people booking on the same link. Next, if you want payments, you can add payments to this with a cancellation policy. So you just set up through Stripe. It'll be step-by-step connection through Stripe here, and then your cancellation policy here. And then booking reminders. This is what I like to adjust and have available. So email 1 day before. I like to add another reminder 10 minutes before. Actually, let's do 1 hour before. And then 10 minutes before. So 3 reminders here. Save. Now you're on the screen. You have YouTube 101 booking appointment showing up. You have the availability to edit this as well. I'll show you how to get back to this screen specifically. So you want to open a booking page. We'll go over that shortly. Let me open that in a new tab. And then you're going to see all your booking pages. So if you have multiple, like I do, this is what it looks like. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then now the 4th one, which we just made. Let's go to the open book page. This is what the people are going to see when they book with your link. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday available. These were the days that we were working on. So let's just say I want 10:40 on Wednesday to book. It's going to be first name, last name, and then let's do business name to fill it out. Book. It shows the confirmation. So this is what the end user will see. Email was sent to where, the date, and then join with Google Meets. If they don't know how to use Google Meets, it'll show you right here, learn more with the link, and then you can close. What's nice is about that setting of 1 per day. So now anytime on a Wednesday is not available for me to book because I've already booked the time on Wednesday. That's exactly what I want. Now we're back on the 20th on the calendar. So as you can see here on this YouTube 101, it is green, it shows up, it shows who booked. This name should be whoever booked it, and then join with Google Meets, and then you'll have this information. So all done. One last thing, just to leave you guys with more information, more value, more everything. I don't think I have any other things. I lied, I don't have any other things. Oh, one last thing, if you wanted to move this, you can to a different slot. So let's just say something came up where you need to move it. You can go ahead and move it and then add optional. So it's like, I had to move it for another appointment. Double booked. And you can send it, and then it will send them an email, specifically that, and then ask them to reconfirm that this time works for them. But yeah, that's it. Nice. Calendar's done, nerds. all we got to do now is just copy and paste a link, send it out to people, and now they can connect with you. If you like this video and this was useful, well, here's some more additional tips, 4 specifically, that I like to use using Google Calendar to be more productive as well. See you there.